Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
That's it.
The heart of the summer.
Sure doesn't feel like it, do you?
Only 100 days left till election.
Damn, that seems quick when you say it that way.
Yeah, only 100 days left.
Quick and scary.
I know, man. To be honest with you, I feel like either way, I'm kind of sketched out.
It's a coin toss as far as I'm concerned.
I actually think the vote is clearly in Biden's favor, but Trump will tie it up in courts.
But I'm just saying, so I agree on that, but even Biden scares me a little bit, man.
What is he going to do? He's sleeping.
It's the race to who has less dementia.
Yeah.
What if all of our cities turn into Chaz?
I mean,
what if Biden just triples down on the woke? There's a real problem with woke.
He's not woke.
No, he's not woke at all.
I know, but don't you think that they feel like that's who they have to? Don't you think he'll feel like he has to kind of cater to AOC?
No, I think that's why he's succeeding, because if you look at the primaries, we all thought he had no shot.
Yeah.
And then you look at who actually votes.
Yeah.
It's Biden voters.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel so bad.
Woke people are usually asleep at the polls.
Woke people don't vote. They tweet.
They woke.
You're right. They don't
vote. Just tweet.
That's what scares me, though. I think that there's this thing happening where like the wokeness and the AOC stuff is becoming a whole other thing. Like that should be a whole other party. The wokocrat.
They should.
The problem is they know they're not going to win as a third party.
Yeah.
So you're better off transforming the Democratic Party to woke.
Which can't work, but that's my fear. My fear is the old sleepy dude will be like, oh, this is what the youth want.
He's still old. He remembers the good old days when you can just, say and do whatever you want.
Say all the words. Yep.
I mean, the woke
grab
party
whatever you want in the workplace.
It's just waiting to be a victim. That's all they want to do.
Yeah.
They want to be offended by something and claim victimhood.
Yeah. It's really bad, though. And I think, look, obviously there's a problem with police brutality and all these things, but is protesting for 100 straight days and Chop and Chaz, solving it? Like in Portland, they protest every day.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at you for exercising your right, but you're not getting anything done at this point.
Yeah.
So how do we now evolve into, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the problem is, whether you like it or not, Portland is a white city. I don't know. To me, it's not the epicenter of police brutality and the epicenter
it's a pretty liberal, hippie town.
Yeah, and so I'm sure they have their issues. A
lot of IPAs there.
A lot of IPAs. Actually, when I went to Portland, when I had my first IPA.
Yes.
I was at the airport and our flight got delayed. You know what? Fuck it. Give me 2 IPAs.
Yep. A lot of IPAs and a lot of angry white people.
Yeah, and I get it, and I understand people are protesting. Even in Austin, Texas, people are protesting. But yeah, I agree. I mean, if you're not accomplishing what you want to accomplish, and I actually think there are people accomplishing things without protesting that are making huge impact and change.
And I'm down for protesting, but 100 days of straight protesting is all right, man, now you're giving yourselves you're giving all of us a bad look.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. I mean, whatever. I just hope my only fear is that Biden doesn't think that is what the people want.
I don't think he knows where Portland is.
Okay.
Do you think Biden, they're going to even show up?
I know, but I think crew,
the only reason Biden's resonating is because he's actually kind of playing it down the middle. Yeah. He's not going too extreme either side, and it's resonating in the swing states. The polls show it.
Yeah.
Whether Trump's going to allow them to vote or not, I can't guarantee that.
Yeah, no way.
just look. I've voted every election, every presidential election I've been able to. I've voted on major congressional years. I'd be lying if I voted every of those off years. It is only old white people that vote.
Yeah,
you're saying the people you see out.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
and this is LA.
This is LA.
I think there's
I'm not
something.
seeing 20-something-year-olds vote.
No.
I never see 20-something-year-olds vote.
And if you see them anywhere, it should be here.
I'm the young buck when I show up.
Yeah.
And I'm 40.
Young, liberal.
There's a stat. I'm not going to butcher it, but it's going to be close. People over 60 are over 20% electorate of voting electorate.
Yeah.
Which people over 60 aren't 20% of the population.
No.
Yeah.
And over 60s.
We'll see. I want to see
this.
I want to see all of these Portland protesters in line at the polls.
Yeah. They won't be. They won't even register.
They won't. Okay. Wasn't even what I meant to talk about. I meant to talk about one of the greatest media moments of the last decade.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was the last decade. And the reason why is because it really signifies what's possible, signifies change and
Hope,
which is what we need now more than anything. And what I'm talking about here is Davey Portnoy interviewing Donald Trump.
Unbelievable.
Where did this even come from? All of a sudden, last week, some photos started popping up of Dave Portnoy and Trump hanging out. And then you could tell that they were doing an interview.
Oh, that was last week?
Yes.
Pictures showed up?
It happened
on Wednesday.
24 hours.
Or you mean, I guess it's already
they started they're together. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's in the White House. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they did an interview. And then the next day the interview was up.
Got it.
Is what it felt like.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
So whatever, they sit down, do an interview, and Dave Portnoy was pretty classic Dave Portnoy. I mean, not full turned up to 10, but didn't try to play the role of legit journalist.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, the fact that, and I'll be honest, I hate Trump. I think he's terrible for this country. That interview was the most likable interview of him I've ever seen.
Not only was it the most likable interview, this is where, if you're liberal, like I'm a liberal person, I can appreciate good content.
Yeah.
And I don't care. It's not political to me.
Yeah.
That shit was very well done.
So well done.
On both sides. Fine interviews by both sides.
Yes.
That's what's scary, though.
Yeah,
because
it's good
Portnoy
marketing.
humanized Trump.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, if you just erase kind of all the negative things Trump's done, and you just watch that in a silo, he's not a bad guy.
I know.
But I mean, I didn't get that vibe from him because when he was calling Roger Goodell fat for wearing a T-shirt, that was
He's
insane.
like, I'd look better in a T-shirt.
Yeah, he goes, you should wear a suit, with the T-shirt and your body.
Oh, I love that part.
And But I think
he spent the first 5 minutes bragging about how he didn't get fooled by the Ali G show.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our two qualifications are he passed a dementia test and Ali G didn't fool him.
But talk about Dave Portnoy, if you
leaning into him.
but setting him up with a ego boost.
Well,
and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's where, forget Donald Trump. Wasn't impressed with anything he did. I mean, he was his normal self as far as I'm concerned. Dave Portnoy played it unbelievably well. One with the setup about the Ali G, got his confidence up.
Yes.
He goes, and then then all of a sudden Donald Trump
I already no matter what you do, I like this interview.
Yeah, exactly. And then he just kept, leaning into things that Trump likes, about NFL. I'll give, people kind of are upset about the interview because it obviously made Trump look good. And I think some of his colleagues at Barstool said the same. He actually asked him about Kaepernick 7 times. Trump just refused to even
And he said to the president, I don't think kneeling's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I originally thought it was.
Yeah.
And then he said, if people are dissatisfied, what do you want them to do?
Yeah.
And Trump had no answer.
Yeah, he didn't. He just glossed right over it. He just didn't even acknowledge
But he's
the
a
question.
master at that.
Yeah.
Trump is an absolute master.
Yeah.
I thought, I look, at the end of the day, Dave Portnoy is a comedian. He's opportunistic. He's an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. This was good for business for him. So he did it.
Great for business.
No, that's the scary part because I can't fault Dave Portnoy for interviewing Trump.
Yeah.
It's one of the great business decisions he probably ever made.
No, and look, if you get an opportunity to interview the president, I'm sorry, most people are not turning it down.
I agree, but the danger in it is that Barstool has an audience, large audience, that's their exposure to Donald Trump.
To politics.
Because they probably they turn it off.
Yeah.
And they're probably like, this guy's not bad. Why is everyone tweeting so mad and angry?
Well, I mean, look.
It's like when Jimmy Fallon rubbed his hair. That was like a seminal moment to humanize Trump in 2016.
People hated him for that.
Yes. Jimmy Fallon got a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my thing. I just feel like anyone should be able to talk to anyone and without being outraged. I think, that he did humanize Trump. It was the most likable interview I've ever seen. It was really fun to watch. At the same time, I still think what he said about kneeling is idiotic. I still think him tripling down on China virus is look, dude, take some responsibility. I don't think success and everyone having a job cancels out all the unrest in the country, and it wasn't as good as you thought it was. Mm-hmm. I still think you can see through and be still not the guy I would like to vote for.
Yeah, because if you break down the things he said, become successible.
Yeah.
If you're dissatisfied, it's not an option for everyone.
Yeah. But that's why, I don't know. I think we should be able to have those moments. I also don't think you should To my mind, there is never a world where Dave Portnoy should ever consider turning down an interview with Donald Trump.
100%. I don't fault him for that at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at his audience, they weren't wearing masks, they weren't socially distanced. Like, just do the optics.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Agreed.
it doesn't matter. You guys are all tested. It's fine. But people watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy, Trump was talking about it. He shooked his hand before the interview. And at the end, if you notice, he tried to shake his hand again.
Trump didn't.
Trump didn't.
Yeah.
And he went like, whoa. And then Portnoy wiped his nose.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right after?
Right
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
And then they're FaceTiming his dad.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
don't think his
no
dad-
social distancing around here, he said. When he was FaceTiming his dad, he came close. And he's like, oh, don't worry about distancing around me.
Yeah.
But no, he said it with the tone of like,
We're testing
I
it.
see you're not social distancing.
And then
don't worry about it.
Portnoy in his comedic sense, which he talks about Barstool's comedy first, says, I like Fauci, but when he says shut it down, it doesn't do well for my stocks.
Yeah.
He goes, and Trump's like, yeah, that's why I sidelined him.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah, that's bad. That part was bad.
It was a legit like Make-A-Wish
What do you mean?
for Dave
Like
Portnoy.
if Dave Portnoy
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
sick
That
child.
interview.
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
I
it
mean,
was-
look,
I think Dave Portnoy is just a big Trumper and keeps it on the low for his.
I don't feel like it's a low.
But he says, like, even in the beginning of that interview, he said, like, I'm in the middle. I don't.
Well, because it's not good for business
That's what I'm
to
saying.
be,
Yeah.
because he'll lose advertisers if he goes and says,
My
I'm sure-
guess is if we just think about some of the people we know, Portnoy's a Trump guy.
Gotta be right.
Yeah.
There's no way.
He looks. Everything
Yeah.
points to Trump guy.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I'm curious if his dad is or is not.
No, his dad is not. He said, my dad's not a huge fan of yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that's when they FaceTimed.
Yeah. That's why I think he was nervous FaceTiming
Yeah.
his dad, because dad might have said, "Don't yell at that."
his dad's reaction was literally, he's like, I know who that is.
Yeah.
He's like, you have anything to ask him? He's like, no, not really.
But and then this is the issue when, like, there's a lot of horrible things I thought Trump did in the interview, like typical. But he can be charming when he wants to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he's been so successful. If nothing else, it's because he's a charming guy.
I mean, politicians, I don't care. You can meet any politician in the world. When you meet them, they are charming as fuck. There are politicians I've met that I despise.
Yep.
And when I meet them, the way they look at your eyes, the way they
it's
shake your
amazing.
hand, the way they talk to you, the way they compliment you, it is just like, they're
Schmoozers.
so good.
Yep.
They're so good at that.
Okay, well, either way, huge moment, and just shows how things are changing. And for me, there is that little piece of like, man, like this fucking guy that just fucks around and started this little website and whatever is now sitting and interviewing the president of the
In the
White
Rose
House.
Garden.
It's absurd.
And
You know how
went to the
hard it
Oval
is-
Office and then. So
And, like,
that's
what
the
was
future
Barstool
of
like,
media.
6 years ago? Is it a
2
meme
years ago,
page of
yeah.
fucking sports clips?
I mean, he's banned. He got banned from ESPN, and he got welcomed into the Oval Office. Think about it.
That's
Like,
good.
That's
He had
why.
a sex tape like 9 months ago.
That's
not,
why.
not less. There's
Yeah,
one
nobody
during
cares.
pandemic. There's two.
Oh my
That's
One
why.
for-
That's why I think it's also dangerous when normal society pushes these people to the fringe, and then they still have a rabid following, and then all of a sudden they're like, whatever, everyone hates me anyways. I'll go fucking interview the president.
Yeah, think about it. He got canceled last week.
Yeah.
And now he's in
This
the
week
White
is
House.
in the White House.
Yeah.
That's also what's, like, to your point, everyone that was supporting Donald Trump in 2016 had this burn it down mentality. Like, fuck it, let's burn it down. We've burned it down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's down. It's just we're literally laying in ashes. Good
They
work.
accomplished it. The 2016 Trump voters that tipped the election, the burn it down mentality, because Washington's broken. We've burned it down. It's just a lot more broken.
We did it. So congratulations. We'll see where we go from here. Okay, next up, let's talk about Lou Will.
Lou Will.
Lou Will.
Yeah.
Can't stay out of the strip club or what? And fucking Jack Harlow, what are you doing?
What's poppin'?
What is poppin'? I'll tell you what's poppin'. Your story, bro. How in a million years do you not think that's a bad?
So Jack Harlow, for those that don't know,
Sorry, yeah.
is a rapper
I was
out of
outraged.
Kentucky, white rapper, has a huge song out right now. Post at the Magic City Strip Club in Atlanta a video, and Lou Will, one of the stars of the LA Clippers, is casually in the background when he had told the NBA that he had to go for a funeral.
So he left the bubble for his grandfather's funeral, Went to
Did his grandfather die?
Yes.
And he tagged on a strip club run. Got it.
Tagged on a strip club run. Jack Harlow posts him, deletes it, but it got caught because I'm assuming Jack Harlow has a ton of followers.
1 million plus followers. Yeah.
And subsequently, Lou Will has said he was just going there to get chicken tenders, not to participate in.
That's like what you tell your wife or girlfriend. Like good try, dude.
Yeah. He had to talk to NBA security. I'm sure NBA security is like ex-CIA they're hiring. Yeah. And they were like, you're lying. And then finally, I think he admitted it.
Why the fuck? What are you posting on your story, dude?
So who's dumber, Lou Will or Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow, I'm sorry.
Why Jack Harlow?
Because
Jack Harlow's a rapper, has his hot song, and he's just at the strip club enjoying life. This idiot.
But why do you post him?
Nah.
To me, it's like you're one level of idiot for breaking such a rule for such a stupid reason. But everyone on earth knows the words NBA bubble. Everyone. Number one, you probably shouldn't post Lou Will ever at a strip club.
Yeah.
I know he's new to the superstar life, Jack, but you don't do that.
You know what's poppin'? The NBA bubble.
You popped it. That'd be a good remix. You know what I mean? Like normally you probably shouldn't be posting celebrities that you're hanging out with in strip clubs anyway, but
that's like a rule. When you're around famous people and they're around...
Jack Harlow just got on.
He just got
6
famous.
months ago.
Literally. And he hasn't even been able to do anything with it because he's been locked
up. And all of a sudden he's like, oh my God, Lou Will's here. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let me ruin his life.
God damn it. Okay, so now he's on like super quarantine and...
I think the NBA is deciding what to do. Does he get punished? Does he not? Does he just quarantine for 10 days? What's the protocol?
I mean, I think they're going to have to deal a lot with this, so it's going to be like...
They got to come down hard on Lou Will.
Oh, no. I think they're going to...
I think they're just going to quarantine him and just keep...
Make an example out of him. Everyone's going to be sneaking off.
Yeah, because people are leaving the bubble. The Clippers are notorious. They have 3 players that have left the bubble in the last week. One, Lou Will, got caught at a strip club. What are the other 2 guys doing?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how many grandpas are going to die next week?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, shit. Mine too.
Hit up Jack Harlow.
Hit up Jack. Yo, Atlanta's still open. Jack. They're at strip clubs in Atlanta. The strip clubs are open in Atlanta.
That was the first question that I was trying to ask myself. I was like, wait.
I think Atlanta's popping.
What's popping?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like fully open.
I mean, Jack Harlow's obviously just down there partying.
Yeah, I mean, I get why he's in there. I just don't know why a basketball player has to be in a bubble. The other thing I wanted to give a shout out to, which is super interesting, is... I don't know the whole crew, but one of the guys, Wells, and his 3 friends started a Twitter account called NBA Bubble Life. Mm-hmm. And in like 2 weeks, got like 100,000 followers on this account.
Oh, they're just reposting all the content?
Yeah, they just like curating everything bubble related.
That's good.
And I was like, that's, it's such an indication of like what's going on. Like something happens in the world, you put it together quickly, and you take advantage of it, and all of a sudden you have a following. And now, given that the NBA bubble is at least 3 months, you're gonna have all these eyes, and then the bubble ends. You're now an NBA account.
Oh no, it's huge. So their account, Wells' account, NBA Bubble Life on Twitter, is the go-to place to know what's going on in Orlando.
Yeah.
They've curated it perfectly. They give you all the funny stuff, the games, like everything, them fishing and playing cornhole. And they've been featured now in the New York Times, Forbes, LA Times.
Yeah.
It's like a phenomenon. Yeah. And they kept it quiet who they were. No one knew who was behind it. We didn't even know. And we're friends with Wells. Uh-huh. And then they did this New York Times special and they all got featured. And before people found out who it was, every NBA player and reporter was like, thank God for the NBA Bubble Life. It's helping us figure out what the hell's going on in there. Because there's not many media members. And the media members have no access to the players.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Super cool.
It's cool that you can just build a following on something. That means anything happening in the world, if you're the first to kind of...
You need a product, though. They need to sell like NBA branded bubbles.
Maybe we'll do an affiliate deal for NBA drop with Reckless.
Yeah.
I mean, they have all the followers who want NBA merch.
Yeah, I agree. And everything just comes in a little bubble.
Bubble wrapped.
Okay, yeah, bubble wrap, yeah. Okay. Next up is apparently, kind of concerning actually with a couple of our friends. One of our friends that said it openly was John Turgeon.
Yeah.
Came on the pod and said he felt like Superman because he got tested. He didn't even know he has antibodies for corona. He's all good. So he's shaking hands, hugging, seeing everyone, no big deal.
Yeah.
The thing was, in the beginning, no one really knew what the antibody situation was. What did it mean? Are you immune? Are you immune forever? Whatever. It's starting to look like the antibodies, at least in most cases, fade pretty quickly. Like, so you're susceptible really fast again.
Yeah, I mean, look, as far as everyone else is concerned, since we've been testing, and I think in New York was the first place to get tested, and that was what? End of February? They probably started testing people early March?
March. Yeah, I think March was when New York was just unraveling.
Okay, so no one in LA got tested probably before April.
Right.
So let's say you tested positive in April. You're in that first group of people. That's May. It's April, May, June, July. 4 months. Mm-hmm. If it's already fading after 4 months, that means, I mean, we're in for a long haul. Another very scary statistic I heard, the New York Times did a poll. I don't know if they did a poll, but they reported it, that only 50% of Americans would get the vaccine. And what doctors are saying...
Like from their own wishes?
Yeah.
Like they would only...
Only, yeah. If the vaccine was available today, only 50% of people
would opt to get it.
And what the doctor was saying, to really reach that like herd immunity where it actually non-existent, you need like 75, 80% of the population to take it. Obviously, there will be a percentage of the population that will benefit from taking it, but it doesn't benefit. Like, we don't go back to normal if only half the people take it.
But fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck, like, right?
Yeah.
So, Pete, would you take the vaccine?
Yeah, just to shut you guys up.
But if it weren't for us...
I say we guinea pig Pete.
You would take it?
Yeah.
I say we put Pete in there as a guinea pig.
Yeah.
Wait a month.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then try it out.
I mean, I'm okay for the foreseeable future to continue my life as it is. I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with that it's not going to change anytime soon. With having a baby soon, you don't leave the house for the first 3 months of having a baby anyways.
True. That's selfish of you.
Why?
Because even in normal times, your life would pretty much be this for the next 3 months.
No, he gets his Delilah runs.
Yeah, true.
No, but I wouldn't even.
No,
do
not
that.
post second baby. He's been sidelined. He would be sidelined.
I'd be sidelined.
Yeah, so your life would almost be exactly the same.
Yeah, so fuck everybody else.
Yeah, see, you're an asshole, man.
So I'm a quarantine, stay at home. I'm a big Fauci guy.
So you're obviously without kids, drama.
Yep.
Name a few things that you're just dying to do that pre-quarantine would have just been no-brainers.
Well, I'm dying to, here's my top three. My top three would be just a regular old gym schedule.
Okay.
Dinner and like some just small group. You know me, I'm not like super social guy, but like going to Delilah with 5 friends.
Once every 2 weeks.
Ugh, seems like a dream right now.
But you could do outdoor dining.
You could go to
but there's no
Dantana's,
vibe. You can't catch a vibe anywhere. And
I think
everyone's
there's vibes.
separated. Like, it just feels too like, it doesn't feel, part of going out is you run into people, the new songs on, whatever. Like, I just miss a vibe, being able to catch a vibe.
Yeah.
There's something about like a Friday catching a vibe to blow off the steam, have a couple, wines maybe. I don't know. Maybe a cocktail, maybe a tequila on the rocks.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to like, chill out.
So you're not really missing much. You're missing a vibe every 2 weeks.
No. So vibe, gym, and then I would say...
I see people working out at gyms.
Is your gym in your building closed?
Closed, yeah. They're all closed.
No, but I see like private facilities, people posting, working out with a trainer. So many people.
If you know someone with like a private thing, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you could just...
But your gym must have been open...
It was.
During the previous phase, right?
Yeah, but no trainers.
Okay.
It was open, but no guests, only residents, which is fine. It's better than nothing. But like, I just miss like that was such a normal part of my week.
What's the third? So Delilah every 2 weeks. So twice a month. You're ruining 2 days a month.
So
3 days a week working out. Delilah, I'd say once a week.
Yeah,
like
you
a nice
once
dinner.
a week guy.
Yeah. And then the third would probably be like a nice, like a summer Cabo trip or like some sort of
you
little
go to Cabo
travel.
right now.
You can go to Cabo.
No,
a lot of LA
so
types are in Cabo.
I know. Yeah. It feels scary to me.
Yeah, you'd have to get a house. I feel like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do a...
Cabo feels scary. I talked to someone who went, and they just, they said the hotel was at low capacity and everyone was super clean. But I don't know, airports and...
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like every LA party guy and girl was in Cabo the last 3 weeks.
But they want it way more than I do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, those people need it. Like, I want it.
Yeah, they're gonna faint if they don't get it.
Yes. So anyway, but how do we get? Oh, because of lockdown stuff. Yeah. So I mean, those little things go a long way. I think what's starting to add up to me is every day, working from home. Then I come here for this 3 days a week. But then it's just like everything is sort of very uniformed, very repetitive, very Groundhog Day. And like those little moments of going out, you guys end up there, this, that, whatever, like that sort of novel, like you just have fun, you can't guess. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, you know what I missed the most, especially this year? I was pretty confident the Lakers were going to go on a mega run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And post Kobe death, Staples Center would have just been rocking.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And it would have been one of the most epic fan experiences to experience the Lakers in a playoff title run the year Kobe passed.
I mean, I would say that was very, very likely, right? At least a playoff title run.
And then the emotion in the arena would have geared up the players.
Mm-hmm.
And
LA just would have felt
LA would have been on fire.
They would have had their after party.
Oh, yeah. No, it would have. That's honestly, from being an LA resident, I think we lost out on that.
It's a bummer. Okay.
And, we're all talking about vaccines still.
Yep.
A company backed by the big conspirator Bill Gates in South Korea said there'll be, everyone's saying that they have the inside track of vaccine. This company says that they can have 200 million coronavirus vaccine kits. Guess when? Next June.
June.
Well, I mean, I think at best 2022 is a Poppin' summer.
2022 summer, I think, will have a resemblance of normalcy.
Yeah.
I'll be old.
Yeah. 42.
Yeah. 1942.
Yeah, hey, maybe not bad. Just dedicate your year.
Maybe I'll just really rest up, get really in shape for 2022. That's going to be my year.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah,
you might as well.
You should.
Just get on HGH.
Yeah,
get a six-pack.
That's what you should do.
What if you had a six-pack at 42?
Let's do this. Let's start a series. Do a YouTube series about you on HGH.
Hey, what's his name? The Indian dude?
He was a very anti.
What?
Deepak is anti.
No, what about
Camille?
Camille.
Who's Camille?
Looks like fucking Michael B.
Sick.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Literally went from your body type to Michael B. Jordan and Creed.
And he claims he didn't do performance-enhancing drugs.
Insane.
Can you imagine if you were buff?
What?
That'd be crazy.
Do you know how arrogant he'd be? He'd have no shirt on right now.
I'd have no shirt on. I would just get
how much shit talking we would hear from him? He'd be 10 times
He may
worse.
just like punch people. For
I'd have to get ripped
good.
from boxing so I can go fight people.
Yeah.
Why you gotta? Who are you
Because
fighting?
I got a big mouth.
You're a dad. You have.
Do you know
two
how many
kids.
times
You
he probably had
shouldn't
to
be
walk
fighting.
away from a fight in his life? If he could make up for all that?
Yeah.
Big mouth guy.
Have you ever
doesn't
fought
like to
anybody
fight.
like legitimately?
No.
Love to throw you in the boxing ring.
How
and
many
just see
people
what
have you
happens.
fought, Pete?
Like a handful.
Sub 10?
Yeah.
As post what age? Post 18?
Yeah, I'd say.
What would you say your record is?
I don't know.
Like more wins than losses?
I mean, there's
a
a
lot
couple
of
ones I've
bros.
been teamed up on, and I just got my ass kicked, and like that's fair.
So you've
but then
taken a nice, solid punch to the face.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Me and my friends were like fighting once, and we just called no face shots, and this kid just started wailing on my face. So then
Well, I don't
choked
think that's
him
how
out.
fights work.
Oh no, yeah.
I don't think you can make rules as they
Oh,
start.
well, you know, we were
No
trying to be.
gunshots, no murder.
Everything else is legal.
Everything else is all good.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of face shots before. But I'm good.
A lot of face shots. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
All right.
Seems like a
Jeffrey.
good time.
Speaking of face shots.
Seems like a good
Mr.
segue.
Face Shot.
What's going on with? So he has like that mega, like one of the most expensive places in New York. What's going on there?
It's up for sale.
Are you
Anyone
kidding?
wants a creepy sex palace?
Sex Palace probably just like completely wired with weird camera devices. So many demons.
It looks like the address is 9 East 71st Street. It is in the neighborhood called Lenox Hill in Manhattan. 7 stories. It's going on sale for $88 million.
Jesus.
Who's
Christ.
going to buy that? What sicko?
What fucking sicko? Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Les Wexner.
If you're buying an $88 million spot in New York City post-corona, you have to be worth billions of dollars.
Yes.
Isn't it Les Wexner's place?
I think it was. It was gifted to him.
It was signed over, I think.
See, what the fuck? And no one's looking into less.
Yeah.
You gifted this guy an $88 million place?
Yes.
That place probably has cameras in every freaking nook and cranny.
Yeah, 100%.
Who does the money go to?
It's a good question.
I think there's like a trust. I don't know who.
Oh my gosh, what a weird. When do you think the next
That's
time you'll
exactly
walk
the point. Someone DM'd it to me and said, "Who's this $88 million?" I mean, it's gonna sell. Someone's gonna buy it, even if they mow it down and build something else.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was gonna say we should start investigating whoever the fuck buys it.
Yeah.
It's like got some demons.
They might know where the safes are.
Yeah, or at least where the good.
I mean, who would
spots
want
are.
to live there?
You
know
Are
what
there
this is?
any people that the kids getting reparations for any of this stuff?
Well, I think his estate is worth $600 million or $350, some absurd amount of money. And his brother is saying, Epstein's brother is saying, it should go to all the victims.
How many victims are there known at this point?
I think 17 on the Miami Herald article. I don't know how many, obviously, other than that.
I mean, offer up that estate cash, and you'll see how many there are.
Yeah. And the other interesting, there's a huge article in The Guardian, and it comes up with a new theory on Maxwell. And the theory is that Maxwell's father, obviously known embezzler, kind of stole his money as well. Actually, when the money was all stolen and he had died, whatever, how mysteriously he died, there was nowhere, the money was nowhere to be found. Where it went. So when Maxwell landed in New York City, leaving Europe, she instantly became friends with Epstein. So this person, reporter, comes up with the theory, and this is like a New York socialite person the reporter was speaking to, that the money actually came from Maxwell's dad to Epstein. And that's why Maxwell and Epstein became friends right away. Because Maxwell knew the money had been given to Epstein to kind of hide. And that's what Epstein does. He hides rich people's money. But by the way, he has this sex trafficking fetish.
By the way, if
Yeah.
you have a 14-year-old girl that you need, he will be your guy.
And I
You
think
can
what happened
also
was
facilitate that.
I think what happened was Maxwell was so used to the high life in Europe. Money's gone. This guy hid it. The dad hid it. Epstein has it. She goes and says to Epstein, like, how do I get my money? He goes, all right, be my madam.
My wrangler.
Yeah.
You know what scares me about
Sheesh.
this? Because this is happening in the U.S. where we think we have some resemblance of law. Like internationally, the sex trafficking, God, I can't even freaking imagine what's going on internationally.
You don't.
If American billionaires on U.S. soil are doing this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
this
the-
is,
You don't know what's going on in Russia.
Russia, Asia,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Okay.
And I think this is at the highest level. This is
Yeah, these are the most famous and powerful people. There's billionaires in Asia that no one's ever heard of.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably really bad.
It's probably,
Okay. All right. Moving on. Quick question. When do you think the next time you'll walk down the street in Manhattan is?
Manhattan, New York, or beach?
It's true. Yeah. Good.
I mean, I have a better chance of walking down Manhattan, New York than Manhattan Beach.
Yeah. I just feel like when I was thinking about trying to think of where his place is, I was like, I don't even when. Like,
2022.
Yeah. And why would you even go there then? Just
At
to
the
remember
point.
what it's like.
Maybe catch a Knicks game. Maybe they're good by then.
I could see summer 21 going to New York City.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Your newborn will be 1 year old. You feel a little.
Confident.
Take him on a plane.
No, I'm saying I would go.
Oh.
The family.
Oh. It's not exactly a very family friendly.
Nah, unless
That's
you're really
terrible.
rich.
Yeah.
Unless you got Jeffrey Epstein money.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's talk about. You guys remember Nick Sandman?
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite, Nick Sandman, man. This was early divisiveness, in the country. This feels like child's play now.
Yeah.
So this was the famous video where it appeared that the little Trump kid with a MAGA hat on was like in a Native American man's face, and the Native American man was banging a drum, and it really appeared that this little fucker was like had walked up on a Native American man with no respect in a MAGA hat. It was the epitome of all of our worst fears. Turns out that wasn't exactly how the story went. apparently the Native American man walked up to him. Whatever. The point is.
Yeah, that's where I'm still confused. What is the larger video showing? Because I tried to like read into this and I'm still not clear.
Well, I think it doesn't even matter. It's that all these newspapers defame this kid and he's a minor. They just attacked him. And that's where the lawsuits are stemming from. It doesn't forget the incident at this point.
No,
what I heard, I didn't watch it, but what I heard was that it looked like, and people just assumed that the kid walked up to the Native American man, whereas the Native American man walked up to the kid and started kind of beating his drum in his face. It was actually the reverse.
Yeah.
The kid was actually peacefully sort of just hanging out watching, and the Native American man approached him. So I think that simple dynamic changes the whole narrative of, you know what I mean? So anyway, all these newspapers wrote articles. It went wild in the press. This guy, Little Sandman, sued the Washington Post for defamation or whatever, and they settled.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's mistaken is that he sued him for $250 million. They didn't pay him $250 million.
No,
but they settled. They gave him a check.
What do you think he got? 10 mil?
No, I don't think so.
$1 million?
I think $1 million. Lawyer took half. Sandman, has to pay tax. Sandman got a few $100,000 in his pocket.
So
you think?
That's what I think.
You don't think the threat of like real penalty was scary enough?
I mean, here's the thing. It's like, do you want it to go to court? Okay, then the lawyer has to expend hundreds of thousands of dollars. He's Washington Post.
But that lawyer's definitely taking it.
But you know who owns Washington Post? Jeff Bezos. He could
Heard of him.
Go. Let's go.
Here's the problem with the whole narrative that he was just minding his own business and he's not the smug little kid. I don't even want to say anything.
I think you're going to get sued. Yeah.
His Twitter feed is very similar to the person we thought.
Yeah.
That was in the video.
Well, now he's taking that personality.
Now he's taunting.
Is he emboldened now?
Yeah,
though?
he said, we've settled the with WAPO and CNN. The fight isn't over. 2 down, 6 to go.
Yeah.
So he has 6 more pending lawsuits. And he says, don't hold your breath at Jack, referring to Jack Dorsey.
And then he also said, thanks to
Don't sue us. I didn't say anything mean.
Yeah, we didn't literally. This is just what.
Thanks to my family and millions of you who have stood your ground by supporting me. I still have more to do. He's effectively become the youth face of this movement for MAGA.
It's the youth face of anti-woke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I mean, they can't call him or
it's
his
the
family.
youth face of MAGA even. I mean, you can even just say that.
Yeah, because there are young kids who are MAGA, and this is...
I think a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of young kids. And, I mean, if I was Dave Portnoy, I'd give him a show.
The
Sandman.
Sandman, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
No,
That's
I think Ben Shapiro should give him a show. Clay Travis. He's more Clay Travis.
No,
Yeah.
but the problem is...
Candace Owens should date him.
Yeah. They should have a
He's
baby.
probably of age now, right?
Yeah. And he's rich.
He's got to go political, more political. Like,
He should have a podcast.
yeah.
I agree. If I was Team MAGA, I would.
That kid could be a congressperson
He
in
could be
Alabama.
fucking. What's little climate change?
Greta.
He could be their
That's
Greta.
true.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
true. He could be Greta of the
He
MAGA.
could win Congress in like some shithole town.
Yeah, man. He could be their AOC, their Greta. He could be all of it.
Yeah, he could be
All
there.
you gotta do is hate minorities.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is have a famous video of you in an Indian guy's face. Anyway, everything that we said here was jokes or not based on fact about this little guy. So
We're a big fan, guy.
don't sue us, man. Do not sue us. Okay. Let's check in on Kanye, which I think a lot of people need to do, specifically those close to him. He, number one, has apologized to Kim.
Via Twitter.
Via Twitter, yes.
Can't pick up the phone, text
No.
message.
Why would you do that?
Discord, WhatsApp.
That's why it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Yeah. So apologize on Twitter. He said some things that shouldn't have been said. There was some video or photos of him like showing up at a hospital and then an ambulance showing up at his place.
In Wyoming, yeah.
Yeah, something going on there. Justin Bieber came to visit.
That's nice.
Yeah. Also, he has said that he would beat Joe Biden just off of write-ins because he's obviously not on the ballot for real.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe he's taken some of like the rapper like beef, strategy. But yeah, that's what he said. He'll beat Joe Biden on write-ins.
Yeah. He's not going to beat him.
On anything.
on anything.
He wouldn't even beat him, I don't think, on his own. If he did a Twitter poll right now on his own page, I don't think he would beat Joe Biden.
No way. I don't think so.
Do you think Chance the Rapper regrets saying?
Oh my gosh.
Chance the Rapper is obviously.
I don't think so.
You think he would still vote for Kanye over Biden?
I don't think
Given
Chance the
that
Rapper.
he's been publicly broken down.
I do. I think when you say something that stupid and you think you're so smart, you find a way to validate what you said. You don't think about it a different way. I always looked at Chance as such a smart guy. To me, that was like J. Cole saying that almost. And now I legitimately don't like him because of something he said, which is really weird for me. I don't usually do that.
I agree, because you think you're a thoughtful dude. His whole kind of vibe is he's the thoughtful rapper, right?
Yep.
And then
Look, man, we gave you a chance.
It's just also the other thing is like there's so much real racism in the country. I do not like when people abuse. To me, it feels like a weapon. Like it feels when you call something racist that isn't, it feels like you're abusing.
Well, I think here's the problem is I actually think what's happened in the last couple of weeks actually is going to continue to divide more people.
Yeah.
Especially with certain people doubling down on Nick Cannon and
what's happening there? People are saying like he was right.
He was right. So like he went and had his conversation with the rabbi.
Yeah.
And then I saw a lot of people on his feed saying like, you know, today he did another post and saw a lot of people saying, hey man, like black people, do not double down on this anti-Semitic rhetoric. Like this is not constructive. And I think what's happening now is that like it's becoming a really scary situation where like I see every race, like I see Asian people talking about their community. I see black people talking about their community, the Hispanic community talking about their community, white people talking about their community. That's not good. That means there's going to be continuing divisiveness. When there's divisiveness amongst those groups of people, it just helps the other side. And that's where I think what Kanye is doing is dangerous. I think what Nick Cannon is doing is dangerous. These are not helpful because at the end of the day, like we just had arguably the worst 6 months since like the Great Depression in our country's history. And we can't just keep dividing against each other.
Yeah. I think that's part of why though. Like I think things were already divisive and blah, blah, blah. And every time people get more scared or more unsure about the future or more anxious, they divide. They don't come together.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue is that wealth inequality is being manifested in this divisiveness. Like, I don't think we're as divided as we think in this country because we've all traveled the country. We've been to a lot of states. Like, sure, there's systemic racism. There's a lot of bad things that still exist. But for the most part, the country's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
And well, if you talk to certain people, they don't feel that way. You feel that way. I don't think.
But I think to Anand's point, like you guys, a white person, an African American person, for the most, like, if you traveled around other than to these hotbeds, and you walked into a store, you went and got a taco, you did this, you did that, like you're not going to feel. It doesn't feel like it feels online.
Well, I'll tell you what happened is, specifically, I think black people realized, and I'm sure they always realized this about systemic racism. Now everyone else realized about it, and they're like, oh shit, this is fucked up. That has now, in my opinion, gotten them very frustrated, rightfully so. But it's like, how do you be productive knowing that information now, right? And not cause more divisiveness. Because I think doubling down on just like more hate to fight hate, that doesn't help either. It's more of like, okay, you got everyone's attention now. Everyone agrees with systemic racism, at least people that have a brain. Now it's like, okay, what do we do next? Let's stop talking about shit that happened. Let's start figuring out what to do now. Because I think that's, the problem is we're just talking about the past and there's a few people that are talking about the future.
Plus, I think that similar to Me Too, and don't cancel me for this, when something gets highlighted that needed to be highlighted, there are people that like take it too far or take advantage of the moment. Because you are in this moment where anything that you say is supported. And I just think like, I don't understand for a second why anyone would think that racism is the solution to racism. That's the part that blows my mind.
Of course not.
So if we're talking about racism, we're talking about treating a race unfair and all this stuff, and then you go off on Jewish people or you go off on white people, you go off on any race, where fundamentally, how does that ever make sense?
No, it doesn't.
And I think you were the one saying we need a leader.
Yeah.
That actually can lead this
I believe
movement.
that again, by the way.
And I think you're right.
I think a lot of people disagree with that. I even read a really thoughtful analysis on why you can't have
But I think
a
that's why we're so confused on where to go.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a unified, like...
That's why you allow like Nick Cannon to creep up and be a micro leader.
Yeah, because the problem is...
So I think
the George Floyd thing highlighted something very clear. There is police brutality and police officers that there are bad apples that just don't give a shit about the law and do whatever the fuck they want. Let's solve that problem, right? And 8 can't wait. And these certain things actually are actionable. Instead, we just now have it's completely disconnected.
So I think there should be leaders. There should just not be public. Because I said that in the beginning too. And now that I've learned more about why, because assassinating a leader is very normal in our country. Okay. And so what I think is that we know who the powers that be in this movement are. It's the lady who runs Black Lives Matter. She's extremely powerful. There are other people in that movement are powerful. They need to be like the Godfather type figures, and they got to keep everyone in check. If Nick Cannon goes out of pocket, she's got to call Nick Cannon and be like...
but they don't.
Imagine
That's
if Nick
problem.
Cannon would have just talked about 8 can't wait instead of that rant. And here's my other thing.
Yeah.
I hate the assassination thing, because to me it feels almost like saying like, why should I get married when people get divorced?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, that can happen. It absolutely can. But here we are now marching and protesting and having all these conversations. And most of the rhetoric or inspiration is coming from Martin Luther King and all of these people from the past, Malcolm X, whoever it is that you look up to. You're looking up to old leaders because we don't have one today.
Yeah.
And I just think like if Nick Cannon would have spent that airtime talking about 8 can't wait or what any of these people are working on that are like legitimate like solutions to problems, it's so much better used than like going off on a Jewish fucking hate thing.
Yeah, and
then now you're rallying people.
Well, what's dangerous about it, what people don't realize is, so Jay Electronica, the rapper, doubled down on it about what Nick Cannon said, and his managers dropped him.
Are they Jewish?
I mean,
or they're just smart?
I don't know, but you know, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of Jewish people in rap.
Yeah.
I mean, it is they were an integral part of rap success early on.
So here's
watch.
But if you think about
the Beastie Boys,
if you think about the timeline events the last couple of weeks, you had Deshaun Jackson, NFL football player.
Yep.
He said something anti-Semitic. Then Steven Jackson backed him up.
Yep.
And then Nick Cannon was like 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah.
And Deshaun went and talked to Julian Edelman, and they who's a Jewish football player, and kind of figured out whatever he said was wrong. Yeah. I don't know if Steven Jackson ever reconciled, and now Nick Cannon has. But the problem is no one's talking about the reconciliation of like, hey, this is why.
Well, they did. They were like, why'd you back down?
They're mad that they backed down.
But what's the answer to why they backed down?
If you go on his feed, there's half the people said, this is great, I'm glad you educated black people. And then there's half that are saying, why did you back down? So it's a very tough.
But I just wondered, did they give the same amount of energy, maybe they did, from a media perspective to what they learned as they did to their outrage? Or did you just write a caption?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably not,
I was
because
wrong.
no one
After
cares.
talking to blah, 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 I learned, I accept blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we educate people?
Yeah.
If it's fundamentally wrong and all of these people still think it's right, then why don't you use your same platform to explain to them why it's wrong? I don't even understand fundamentally why that beef exists. I would like to, but I don't. I know that it's stupid at the end of the day because I know it doesn't lead anywhere, but I don't understand it.
Yeah, and the problem is like everything else, so much is tied to incidents in the past, which I'm sure each group can point that the other group was unfair to the other. You know, like I get it. You can point to instances that were unfair, 100%.
So I think in the country today we have obviously systemic racism problems that need to be solved. And it's going to take a long time for them to be solved. I think the economic problems is what's highlighting all the different problems, because not only do you feel disenfranchised from just like participating in the country from like a racial perspective, you're also not making money. Your wages haven't gone up. You can't buy a house. Your rent, you can't afford rent. And this is like all races.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me so frustrated when we're talking about reducing unemployment benefits from 600 to 100, and Elon Musk saying we don't need government stimulus when Tesla's $4.9 billion in tax credits.
SpaceX, tons of tax credits.
Yeah.
And like, when do we have leadership from a public sphere that can conceptualize we are supporting rich people, and we've done it more than ever.
We had a candidate. No one wanted to vote for him. Bernie Sanders has said this 1,000 fucking times.
Yeah, but Bernie, the problem is you have to keep everyone happy. You have to keep the rich people happy.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to keep the stock market going. The Fed's going to back
Bernie
your
just
bonds.
said that.
With
Said,
the-
look,
Yeah,
Dow
Bernie had to
40,000
play the fucking game.
And Bernie just said Dow 40,000 and everyone gets free healthcare.
Yeah, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Bernie fucked up.
Really interesting. I think CNN did the analysis, or they did an interview. They interviewed a handful of kids who graduated from Morehouse, where Robert Smith paid
I saw that.
$34 million for the graduating class clear their debt. They also then interviewed a few people black kids that just went into the workforce. And those people, the kids who went to Morehouse, are like, I'm looking for a home now. I took a job that I didn't really want, but whatever. I didn't have any debt, so fuck it.
Yeah.
So it's like my family's not dealing with my debt. I'm able to go pursue my passion. I'm investing in the stock market. I'm buying a home. Instant change of life. Instantly. These people, those kids who graduated from Morehouse, that is the gold standard.
Amazing. That's incredible, and it seems like an obvious solution. But the only way you win in politics, you have to take care of the rich.
Yeah.
Take
you
care
can't
of
go too
everyone.
hard.
You can't go hard. You can't make the rich the enemy, but you can also help everyone.
Yeah.
So my point is, we've clearly proven printing money is okay.
Fine. So then if that's the case, you just need a president that comes out and says, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do free healthcare for everyone, free education for everyone, no capital gains tax.
No capital gains. Carried interest.
Sounds good to me.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Carry it for as long as you want.
You want to
That's
bankrupt private retailers? Bankrupt them.
If you're a billionaire, you get unlimited, no interest loans.
Yes, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep it going.
But you have to take care of the other portion of the population. That's where we're going to fuck up in this coming out of this pandemic.
Yeah.
All we've done is take care of rich people.
Yeah.
And we've taken care of lower income people for 4 months. And now we're already trying to dial it down.
The problem is they're all fighting each other. Like, I just have to believe that if you were one of these lawmakers or whatever, that you would look at all this like Nick Cannon type bullshit and be like, they're not even, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
They're all fighting fucking each other. They're fighting each other.
Because I don't think if you were to look at the bottom 25% of wage earners in this country, give a shit that people are flying private to Aspen or Cabo or whatever. All they want to do is provide for their families.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
They're not jealous of like the billionaire with the PJ going from point A to point B because Tesla's up 5x.
Yeah, for no reason. On down sales, down
All
revenue.
they want to do is like, oh, can I put food on the table for my children?
Get free healthcare.
Can I go to the doctor when I want to?
Yeah.
Can I go to the hospital if my kid's sick?
Yeah.
That's all they give a shit about. This isn't this hard. It's not that hard to solve.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I love, by the way, on our Tesla post, there was a lot of our listeners or a lot of followers trying to tell us why we were wrong.
Well, it's funny.
Well, did you know that it becomes...
I don't really get a lot of anti recently, on anything. I post anything negative on Tesla. The Tesla stands.
It's a cult.
It is a cult.
It's a crazy
People don't like to know that I'm gonna post an article on how so many people think Tesla's an accounting fraud.
Do it. Let's see what happens.
Because here's the thing. It's like, you look at their last earnings. It was not good. Their sales went down. They made less
the cult,
cars.
though. It's the same people that come at you when you post a negative post. They all have Robinhood stuff.
Yeah.
Or it's because he's revolutionizing the
autonomous cars.
Or maybe because he's the smartest person that's ever lived.
Can those people read a 10K?
No. 10K, they can't run one. How can you read one? You can't run one.
They literally, like, we said it was because of like all of his press and marketing, and like one person was like, or because he's the most intelligent person to ever. It's like that's the result of the marketing.
He lives the life of an LA club promoter.
Yes.
I don't get. Okay. All right. We got to do an ad. Let's break for an ad. Pete, take it away.
There was a lot of hate on Pete's ad reads. You saw on Twitter, right?
No.
So, yeah, there was.
I have gotten only love.
No.
That is a lie. It's a blatant lie of one comment.
No, there was many.
I don't think you see
there was many.
I don't believe that because codes are being used.
Okay. Let's
check with advertisers.
Maybe
Someone
not
has
enough.
a sensitive ego.
Oh, not enough.
Maybe not enough.
Sure.
Let's try a new one. Just say, hey, guys, this is Pete here.
Yeah, just try a different voice.
D told me that I was a little loud. I wanted to do this.
So you all can go fuck yourselves.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's bad for conversion. Sensitive. Sheesh.
All these people coming at me on Twitter, it's like 2 people are like, oh, his ad read sucks.
There's one too.
I could get a lot of DMs that are like, man, you're killing the ads. Keep it up.
I think you just have selective.
Yeah, it can't be the Costa Brava guy.
Selective.
Nobody, like randos.
Selective DM opening. By the way, I don't know if any of our listeners follow Pete on Instagram, but he's like out on boats.
Yeah.
Lots of topless dudes and jumping into the water. And I don't know, man. Okay, take it away.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the ad portion of this podcast. I'm your boy Pete, and today I'm approaching this with a much softer, more inviting voice, because apparently a lot of you out there get offended by my ads. And you know what? You can just shove it, because today's ad is going to be absolutely electric. So if you feel like skipping through, skip through. I don't care, but you're about to miss one of the greatest deals of all time. Now, for those of you that have stayed, let me talk to you about the Menlo Club. As many as you know, this guy on this podcast named Murthy started the Menlo Club, and it is nothing short of amazing. If you're not signed up, which you're messing up for not being signed up, I'm going to show you what you missed out on this month, right? These great new Grand Running Club shorts and pants. That's right. If you remember this month, you would have got these great, light, stylish, active pants, the 2.0 version of their Grand Running Club pant that is absolutely perfect. Light, breathable, stylish, good to wear anywhere. You need to wear it to the business meeting. You need to wear it to work. You need to wear it to the gym. You need to wear it to walk your kid around the block. I don't know, but they're fantastic and very comfortable, along with their shorts. These are all great for summer, and you're missing out by not being signed up. So I'm going to do you a favor. There is a really amazing package coming next month, and this is your opportunity to get in now and get the deal. Because first of all, I'm going to give you an amazing deal to get you started on Menlo Club, and then the following month of August, you're going to get an amazing deal that I can't really talk about yet, but once I can, I'll tell you more information on it. But the products that are coming, incredible value, and the product is amazing. But first, let me tell you what you're going to get. I have a secret code. D gave it to me on the low. I'm not supposed to share it with a lot of people, but here's your opportunity. Since you stuck through this ad with me and you don't hate my ad reads, I'm going to give you a deal here. Use code D2020 and you're going to get a $200 value for only $60 on your first month signing up for the Menlo Club. You're going to get a pair of Chinos, a button down, Menlo Club sunglasses, and New Republic sneakers, and a pair of no-show socks. Guys, this deal won't last long. D won't let me use this for very long, but you have an opportunity. If you're not already signed up for the Menlo Club, head on over there and get signed up. Use code D2020 at themenlohouse.com. Again, that's code D2020 for $200 in value for only $60. Join the Menlo Club over at themenlohouse.com. Code D2020. Trust me, guys. You'll be the best dresser in the room. You'll get all the ladies if you're single. You'll make your wife happy if you're married, and you'll make your ex-wife jealous if you're divorced. So, get the subscription. All right. But you let me know how this ad was. If I did good, let me know. If not, go fuck yourself. Okay, let's get back into the episode.
And we're back. That was better. We'll see what the people say about that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Thank you. Thanks for making a change.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about Joe Rogan. I would say the male Oprah.
I like that.
I think that's comparative to where he's headed. I think he has a group of men that are how women looked at Oprah.
That is spot on.
Yeah.
He, to me, is an Oprah figure.
Jopra, we'll call him. So Jopra is planning on following the the Taylor method. He's leaving Los Angeles officially. He's been very outspoken about it. And he's moving to Texas.
Great.
More free.
Good.
Get your guns, shoot your animals.
He said he's more free, but, he doesn't want to tell his regular Joe listener that he's not going for the lack of 13%.
He does have a big
income
check coming
tax
in, huh?
that he doesn't have to pay. He has this check that starts coming from Spotify in September. What a great time to move.
Look at that timing. I wondered why there was so much urgency.
Oh, yeah, the freedom, the gun. This guy's going to have a vault around his house in Texas. He's not going to see
Where
it.
does he live here?
I think in the valley. I think deep, like not deep. I think Woodland Hills-ish or something.
Got it.
I could be making that up. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in the valley, people are not on top of each other.
That's just anytime they reference like, oh, the homeless problem down on Winnetka and the blah, 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 like everything's always valley.
Yeah.
But he's I've heard him talk about the homeless population in Brentwood.
Also
Probably has
true.
a house there, too.
Yeah.
I mean, if this guy has the type of money that he has to have,
Yeah.
he just
If
plays
he's in the valley, he's not dealing with homelessness.
No.
We go to the valley pretty often. We go
There is homeless.
not where he would be living.
No. And the people are not
I
on
think
top
his
of each
studio.
other.
I know that his studio is in the valley, so I think it's on the commute from wherever he lives to his studio.
So he just
passes-
sees some
God forbid
tents.
I have to see it.
He looks out the window,
And
sees a
sees-
tent, is disgusted,
He's disgusted
and that's
by
part of the reason he's moving.
Yeah.
The homelessness, the way that they treated COVID, the traffic, the freedom, and the 13%.
The only thing that you could argue with me outside of the tax, because I 100% know he's leaving for tax, he's like, I'm going to make this kind of money? I might as well live in Texas. Look, the reality is, for what he does, he can live anywhere he wants.
Yep.
He has a private plane. He can go whenever he wants, wherever he wants. He can send people private planes.
He can craft his surroundings in any city.
Yes,
Yeah,
and he wants
and
to have a vegan freaking ice cream with a barbershop in his home in Texas. He could do it.
Why is he always killing elk?
I don't know.
Any Joe Rogan episode I've listened to,
Yeah.
some elk is getting killed and he's eating it.
I think that's the thing, right?
I think
Like,
that's, you know what it is?
he's a big
It's just a
hunter.
way to relate. It's like his relatable. He doesn't want to say that he flew private to Wyoming to kill elk. So he just talks about the killing elk part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a hunter. I guess you hunt elk. I don't freaking know.
Like, where are you doing that around here?
He goes to Montana, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. This is,
not
I know he's
Yellowstone.
still.
I would love to see. I want to see the real life, how he travels to. Because there was one time, there was the one thing when he slipped up recently. I think he went and did a comedy show in Texas.
He said
or
he
something.
flew private.
Yeah, and the guy was like, "Oh, you flew commercial," and he's like, "No."
Yeah.
Like quickly, like, and then they skipped over it. But
Yeah.
he never breaks
Yeah.
on the fact that he's rich as shit.
Yeah.
He's doing the Oprah.
Oprah
Oprah's
does
a
that too.
billionaire.
He's Oprah.
Pretends that she's
Oh my
relatable
God,
to
I have
average.
such a weight loss problem. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's actually
Oh my God. I could have someone
Relatable.
literally lift my arm all day just so I get some exercise.
Joe Rogan is playing that role to a T. He pretends like he's not as smart as he is.
Yeah.
He pretends he's not as rich as he is. He pretends he's not running in the circles that he is. Like, I gotta imagine at this point, with how successful he is, like his Rolodex, like if you look at his last 10 calls, it's
yeah.
like, holy shit. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
When you
have
have
him-
Elon and Bernie Sanders, he had Bernie Sanders on the show. You have these people on the show, and they know all the people that are in power know he has that much power to shift
Yes,
an
they're
audience.
all talking to
Are you
him.
kidding?
Yes.
You guys haven't figured out. There's no secrets.
Yeah.
No,
You literally haven't figured out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
but I mean, he's fooled.
What?
You guys are literally pinpointing everything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you
No, I
haven't
just want to
figured
know
out.
the extent of it.
I wonder if
Extent of what? How much is he going?
Are you flying? Okay, let me ask you this. Are you loading up a fucking G5 with camo and crossbows and flying to the mountains to go rough it?
No, there's some
No, he's
idiot
at-
on the ground that already has all that
no,
stuff.
what he's doing. no.
He's not even packing.
No, he's not packing. He is, like, so I had a
All
friend
right.
that did James Purse private shopping.
Yeah.
And he would tell me, I'm like, who are your customers? He's like, they come in, they're like, I need 5 sets. They're like, for the whole family. And they're like, why do you need 5 sets? He's like, well, LA house, Malibu house, New York house, London house, Miami house. Send me 5 sets. That's Joe Rogan. I need 5 crossbows in Montana.
No,
I
this
need
is
3
what
in
he's doing.
Texas.
No, this is what he's doing because he's flying private into Bozeman, Montana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if he owns at Yellowstone or not, but his circle owns at Yellowstone.
Yeah, he can own in Yellowstone if,
If he
wants
wanted
one.
to, he
Yeah.
could own. I don't know if he does or doesn't.
Yeah.
He's gonna get helicoptered in from the Bozeman airport
Yeah.
to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw Bill Gates choppering in when I was leaving in the winter.
Yeah. Maybe it was Joe Rogan.
You know what? You know what Yellowstone does for you? They kill the elk for you, and they're like, "You got him, Joe! You got it! What a shot!" There's like a sniper behind you, just like
There's a sniper from the top.
just picking off the elk, so these dumb rich people can
It's
be happy
similar
they
to
got
the
it.
NBA bubble. If you've noticed, everyone's the best fisherman of all time.
Yeah.
Everyone has catching fish.
Yeah,
Bunch of NBA
people
guys.
go. I see he's standing at the pier all day. They don't catch one fish.
And all of a sudden,
yeah.
in this little pond, there's just unlimited fish. They just keep
Yeah,
catching.
they probably just filled it with fish that you know they're gonna bite the bait, and they're
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
make Dwight Howard feel good.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. I think you're right. I think you're freaking
When does he
right.
have time to do all these drugs too? It's another question. He's always talking about tripping off. Like,
Well, if all you're doing is podcasting and fake hunting,
Yeah,
And UFC
do some
fights.
Does he
LSD
have
on
a
the
family?
PJ out to Montana. What?
does he have a family?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got kids, right?
So when is he just tripping nuts off like acid and shrooms? And
so you know what's really
ketamine?
interesting about that? Steve Jobs in his book, in his life, referenced doing acid like all the time.
Yeah.
And all it was is when he went to India for like 2 weeks or whatever it was,
Yeah.
he did it a couple times.
Yeah.
And he references that throughout his whole life.
Yeah.
Of like, I was this big acid tripper, and he just did it like, 4 times.
Yeah.
My guess is Joe Rogan's microdosing all the
Probably,
time.
yeah.
Maybe not full trips.
I mean, on one of the podcasts, the guy was like, "Someone never tried mushrooms. Like, you want to try it right now?" Because he said something about like microdosing. He's like, "You want to do it right now?" Like, and they had like a jog.
Joe Rogan's ripped through those podcasts.
I mean, you wonder who's 10 times as busy and does 10 times as many drugs as Joe Rogan? Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Hey, he's got all those women.
Yeah, if you want
All
to look
Joe
at
Rogan
yeah,
has
he
to
has
do
a
is-
wife. Joe Rogan has a wife.
Yeah, Joe
Yeah.
Rogan has to read up on his guests and speak into a microphone. Elon Musk is solving self-autonomous cars,
Yeah.
Orgies.
Orgies,
Solar
Johnny
City,
Depp's
Mars, this,
insecurities. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, off on a tangent there. Let's reel it back in. Let's, good time to talk about Taylor Swift. The new album, we talked about it last week, Folklore, looked like a product of quarantine. She dropped it, and it freaking crushed.
Did you listen?
I skimmed.
I liked it a lot.
I'm not mad at Taylor Swift. Like, I don't like her. She seems really annoying as a person. I'm not mad at her music.
I've tried to listen to her music in the past, and I just couldn't get through.
You reached that
anything.
age.
Like, yeah, it just did not. But this album, it was fucking good.
Yeah, I skimmed it.
I'm a
It seemed-
big Swiftie.
It's like
now.
number one in the
Yeah.
charts. Like every song is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Top 15 is her.
16. I looked it up right before this. She crushed every streaming record ever.
Yeah.
80 million streams just this weekend. She looks like she's going to do like 1 million records this week, like 900. I'm sure it's going to go as higher as the week.
That's crazy.
I think they said like 450,000 albums actually sold, like actual albums sold.
Like, what in Corona time? Like, what are you doing?
like,
You're
who's buying
Amazoning?
this
Atlanta.
album? I don't believe that number.
It's fucking Jack
That
Harlow.
number sounds a little weird, but I mean, just this.
Domination. I was kind of thought, like, what if this thing comes out as like a little crickety?
Yeah.
Like, who's even a
Because I
Taylor
think her
Swift
last
fan?
album was crickety, right? I don't think anyone was talking about
What
it.
do you like so much about it? What is it? Just good music in general?
It's just
or is it
really good
something-
music. It's not. I don't know.
What is she talking about?
It's definitely just grown up.
What is she talking
Yeah,
about?
it feels grown up.
Because usually in the past it's bitching about.
It's
something,
actually
but-
more like.
Is she with
country.
anyone famous right now?
What?
Is she with anyone famous?
Yeah, she got a new boyfriend. I think.
Not that we know.
Not like famous enough
No.
for anyone to care.
Yeah, it feels more stripped down. Not all like pop, Max Martin,
Yeah,
crazy.
like all those Bon Iver songs was fire.
Yeah, that's good.
You're a Swiftie.
I'm a Swiftie.
He's a Swiftie.
Wow.
Yeah,
Proud.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, welcome.
I really
I'm happy
enjoyed
for
it.
her.
You should go to a concert of hers.
I'll tell you what, between the age-old Kanye and Swiftie battle, she's coming out on top this week.
Well, what's interesting is if you really think about her last kind of year, the Kanye Kim stuff, her old record label person, and the little beef she had with those people. This woman was going up against like titans in the industry, and then just quietly came out and just dropped like probably the biggest album of the year. I mean, who's gonna beat this?
No,
Drake? I don't think Drake's gonna make an album like this.
I don't think he'll beat it.
Drake's got to be releasing next month.
I'm sure he's releasing an album. I don't think it's gonna get these types of numbers. Who else could?
Travis Scott would maybe be.
Yeah,
But even
maybe
then-
a Travis
think
Scott
I
Kendrick-
album.
think you should go to a concert.
You know what reason why I don't want to go to the concert is because of the other people at the concert.
Yeah, those are MAGA people.
Get a box.
Yeah.
At Staples,
Yeah,
you have
get
to
a
worry
box.
about MAGA.
Yeah, there's no
What are you
MAGA.
talking about? If you will go on Keeping Up with Karens, it's like Torrance, North Hollywood,
Yeah, they're all
Burbank.
there.
There's all around here.
But no, because she's super anti-Trump now.
I understand, but
You just have whatever the like
it's more just
non-Trump
like
annoying.
You know, have you ever gone to like a teen pop star concert?
I don't
like
think
a
it's
Justin
that
Bieber-esque.
anymore.
Like I've been to
I think her fans are grown
Wango
up.
Tango.
What the fuck is that?
I don't think it's Wango Tank. I don't know, but get a box. Get a box at Staples. It could be fun.
Okay, I'll go.
I think her fans have grown up. I think it'd be a very tolerable, very nice show.
I would love to see Taylor Swift at the Hollywood Bowl.
Very, very nice.
I feel
agree.
like does Swift have something hanging in the banners at
Yeah,
Staples?
she has like the most sold out dates ever.
She does?
Yeah.
She has her jersey here.
It's like the Lakers, like
Yeah.
Kobe and Shaq have jerseys.
Yeah.
And Taylor
T-Swift.
I think she had
Oh,
like
my God.
7 nights or 10 nights, something crazy.
Okay, well, next tour we're there. So 2028.
Yeah. Mikey, get that bus ready.
Mikey.
T's 50th.
Yeah, my 50th.
Yeah.
Taylor will be what, 40 by then?
Yeah, that'd be good.
40 and
I'm down for it.
Who knows if I still be working for you then? You never know.
I mean, I would say I hope not. You know?
Me too.
I think you need to move on. At this point.
He might just be a captain of the ship.
Okay, let's quickly jump into remote work. We talked about it a little bit on Friday. What's happened? I feel like this whole remote work thing's like falling apart.
Yeah, it's over.
Jesus Christ. Like everything
good.
was so great and optimistic and remote work, the new normal. We love it. Commercial real estate done.
Yeah.
Remote work.
I mean, I think there's going to be no choice that remote work has to work.
I know, but everyone's sick of it. Everyone's talking about how productive they were.
I think there are people that are productive. I think young people are struggling. I think new hires really struggle. Like, I don't know how a new hire acclimates to a new company.
Yeah.
I don't, you have to be, maybe the bigger companies have protocols that are more sophisticated, but smaller businesses, it's got to be really, really tough.
Yeah.
People are definitely, you just see it. There's a lot of people that are lost. There's a lot of people that are struggling. I don't know. I'm not like, I think work from home is here to stay. I think there just needs to be more, we need more experience on how to actually execute it.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's just a combo. We need a combo.
Yeah, it's definitely a combo.
Offices need to exist, probably not the size they do, and people need to figure it out.
Here's my take. Here's my journal entry on remote work this far in. Still love it. Still great. Still awesome. Can't believe how much easier it was than we thought. Still need an office of some sort.
Yeah.
But damn it, I'm sick of video calls for every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Everything.
Just do a phone call.
Hey, I have a quick question. Can I send you a Google link?
Yeah.
No, what happened to phone calls?
No.
Phone calls are dead.
Yeah.
I'm bringing them back.
Yeah.
Starting this week, you're not seeing my face.
Only on a
I
land-
agree.
I'm only going to give a landline number.
We
like
had
it.
a call with our doctor for MAV at UCLA, and he called me and he said, "Do you want to do a Zoom instead?" I was like, "No.
Yeah.
Why didn't he see you?"
Yeah. Why?
Just
What
tell me.
changed? If this would have been a phone call pre-COVID, it's a phone call now.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. What happened? Instagram has some new bug that just got all blown up where they're accessing your camera in a different way. Or what's
Everything we thought was real. They've been listening to our conversations all this time. This is why you talk about tacos. You're getting an El Pollo Loco ad
You
next.
get an ad right away.
Is that real?
Yes.
Everything everyone says about that is so spot on.
I was fighting it forever. I was like, they're not listening to your calls. They're not listening to you talking. They're just really good at your interests.
How come we never got? This is the only reason I never fully believed it, even though it seemed so clear. Is how come we never got the option to like target people who talk about?
They're doing it.
They're doing it.
So you're buying an ad.
They're making it more effective for their buyers without telling their advertisers this is how they're doing it.
Yeah. Terms and conditions. No one's reading that shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's like confirmed real.
Yeah.
No, there's a bug. They claim it's a bug.
Yeah.
That the camera and the microphone were on while you're on Instagram. And what are they doing with that information?
So yeah, I mean,
It's not that.
this week is actually going to be very interesting
Fuck, man.
because you have Apple, you have Tim Cook, you have Sundar Pichai from Google, Mark Zuckerberg, and I don't know if Bezos himself is going to DC.
Are they actually I know they're all getting hearings. This is all Zoom, right?
I don't know how it's going down, but
It's all separate. They're just in the same
well, the
week.
problem is that those 4 companies, it's like a whole kind of antitrust, big tech kind of Congress thing.
Yeah.
those 4 people are predatory for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know, Facebook is predatory for one reason, Google's for another.
You can't put them all
another,
together.
Apple's for, you know, it's like, and Amazon's for another. So it's like, I don't know. This is a big mistake, in my opinion, by Congress. By like, Amazon needs their own set of hearings. Facebook needs their own set of hearings. Apple needs their own set of hearings. And then, you know.
I mean, you wouldn't do Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Cosby, and Michael Jackson's trials together, would
No,
you?
exactly. You really wouldn't.
Separate it.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's going to be
Well, they don't understand how they're fleecing America.
They're like, so Google, my iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah. And the guy's like, we don't do that.
So they haven't said. So it's Jeff
wait.
Bezos, Tim Cook, Mark Zuckerberg, and Sundar, CEO of Google.
Yeah.
Noon Eastern Wednesday. That's an early start for Zuck in
It's
Hawaii.
a hot event,
Yeah.
I know.
Let's
You're going to
have
have to wipe off the sunscreen.
Well, there'll be no sun out yet.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, so we'll get some, hopefully some
It's
real
live
good clips.
streamed on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that being said, there's also there's a lot going on this week in stock world, right?
Yeah, it's a huge week. So I actually think those hearings are going to be big for stock prices.
Yeah.
Because if there's one person in Congress that has a brain and asks the right questions, it could open up, you know, a lot of questions about how the government handles them in the future. Then you have Apple earnings, Amazon earnings. Then they're now called the MAGA stocks.
The MAGA stocks are the big tech stocks?
Yeah.
Fang is MAGA.
Why? Yeah, Fang switched over to MAGA
yeah,
after the N went away.
Yeah.
Why did they?
So the MAGA stocks are Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Apple.
Got it.
I like that.
Yeah.
The MAGA stocks.
Yeah.
Microsoft, Amazon. Netflix. Poor Netflix. Got
I
kicked
know
out.
they got dropped.
I know, because it just doesn't, you know, look, to be fair, this is the genius of Fox. Fox Business News put out the MAGA stocks. MAGA stocks are on fire. So this is great branding. These guys are so fucking good.
Yep.
This is without ills.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you somehow take credit as a brand for that,
Yeah.
I might wear a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With my MAGA stocks. just
Yeah.
start
If you're like,
popping.
I'm just a big MAGA stock guy.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Most people are MAGA stock guys.
All right, so for all of our Robinhood traders out there, which I'm sure there's a lot of you, I don't know. I mean, pay attention, buckle up, look. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows, right?
Who knows?
I'll tell you, I would only be concerned because of the Thursday and Friday were really scary in the stock market because Tesla, you know, reported their fake earnings and everyone thought that was good. And it actually went down significantly. And then all the companies got slaughtered on Thursday and Friday. Oh, they're all off 10% off their highs. It's pretty easy. If Apple doesn't blow people away, Apple can get clobbered instantly. Google,
But I mean, Apple's earnings should be down.
yeah, but it has to be-
Stores are closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even Amazon, like, I have.
I feel like Amazon will go down because of some nonsense, like, oh, they spent too much on fuel for delivery, and you know they'll nitpick. So just for fun, I went long. I was telling you guys before the podcast. I went long on options on American Airlines the night before earnings.
Who was
The
your
day before earnings.
inspiration for that type of trade?
Dave Portnoy. Stocks
So you're
only
one of the
go-
dummies. You're now officially a Barstool dummy.
I'm a Barstool dummy. Go Trump.
MAGA stocks.
Mega stocks.
We fly in America.
We fly. We
So
cruise.
my anticipation for earnings was there's going to be a reduced number of routes. No one's flying. Everything's going to be terrible.
Stocks up.
All true. Stock went up. I made some money.
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
Okay, well, this week will be a little, roller coastery probably.
Here's the problem. The good companies are going to get hurt when they report earnings. The bad companies succeed.
Yeah. I'm just so curious how these hearings go. I would die for some more of those sound bites of just Congress having
'Cause
zero understanding.
They have no idea how to ask the questions.
Yeah.
Oh, your camera and microphone are working while Instagram's loading and you're serving us ads based on that? Like,
Yeah.
they won't even understand that.
No. That's like, so how does that affect my mom following me?
Yeah.
Like, will I be able to see my grandkids?
Yeah. So you guys do Zoom? Okay. Last but not least, this one hurts. And I almost don't even want to report on it.
Oh, wow.
This is someone that, I've really looked up to a lot. I've spent a lot of time reading and listening to and absorbing a lot of content. He's a very generous man that has dedicated the end part of his life to teaching everyone how he's done everything that he's done. And that's the great Ray Dalio, the author of Principles and Lots of great content lately. And, Ray Dalio has a business called Bridgewater Associates. And it looks like things are kind of rough.
I mean, Dave Portnoy beat him in trading the last 6 months.
I mean,
What's he down? 17%?
13.6%, which is pretty rough to do.
virtually impossible that everything's gone up.
All you have to do
Dave
is
Portnoy legitimately beat him in the last 6 months.
if you just hold the MAGA stocks, you're up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, everyone beat him.
Yeah.
So
Ray!
So there's a big venture capitalist at Josh Wolf on Twitter.
Yeah.
WOLFE. LFE. He is so confident in two things. Tesla's a fraud and Ray Dalio is a fraud. And he tweets about it often. He tweets about this publicly that he's convinced Ray Dalio and Bridgewater is a front for Chinese money laundering.
Wow.
This is not like inside info. It's on his public Twitter feed.
Josh, take it back.
Interesting enough, if you look at the name of the company, you have a bridge that connects over a large body of water that connects China and America.
Oh.
Bridgewater. That's how he came up with the name.
Wow. Yes.
Thank you.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the whole book's a scam. Just throw it out.
Did you come up with that yourself or you read that?
I made that up just now.
And so Bridgewater has become this like Bridgewater's a cult-like following. They hire really smart people, and you can talk to. I've heard this from friends that even the most senior people don't actually know how the trades are executed.
That's like Madoff.
So you could talk to some of the most senior people. This is why this conspiracy among like these smart investors that it's a fraud is perpetuating, because no one knows what he's actually doing. And
Well, he's not even good at it.
Yeah, I guess no one cares anymore.
you know why? China virus, not as much money's coming over. That's
Yeah.
why he's down 14%.
Slow it down.
China.
Yeah, China.
China virus.
Maybe Trump told
man.
him, like, you got to chill out. Can't take the China money.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, he's a genius. It's all going to come back around. He's going to follow some of those key principles, and by the end of the year, we'll be up 20%.
Wow.
What were some of the key principles?
It was, radical transparency, radical open-mindedness.
Yeah, so his nonsense that he spews is in his fund, the most junior person can question the most senior person.
And they have to, I think.
And then they get fired publicly. It's like public assassinations.
Yeah.
He'll fire like your boss in front of you, and you feel more emboldened.
It's like the mafia. You can just take out your boss. Shoot him
Well,
and kill him. Boom.
Only
Done.
Ray.
Yeah.
He's Brother G.
Yeah.
They have like a live system based around like when you... It's something like when you're in a meeting and you make a recommendation, you have a score like a basketball card of your believability on such topic. And so every opinion isn't created equal. You
So
get to see the believability
He
weighted.
created a cult under the guise
Anand.
of Chinese money laundering.
No, he's a genius. I'm team Ray and Elon. Sign me up
If you
for
have
the
to
call.
pick who's more real, Tesla or Ray?
Ooh.
At least Tesla, there's a car.
Tesla.
I can see a car.
You love your Tesla now, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't. It's not mine. I've driven a couple times, but I'm a big fan. Okay, that's all we got. Is Millennial Word Monday dead?
It's over.
Bang
Millennials
on.
are done. They're useless.
I mean, there was
Taylor's
Taylor's
done,
invention,
millennials-
and then he freaking Joe Rogan off to.
Are we surprised? No.
Gosh, man, this guy just cannot follow through.
Yeah.
You know,
Millennium.
freaking millenniums. Okay, and then we have a shout out to our homie.
Yeah, hold on. I got to find it.
I thought it's our friend's birthday.
Yeah, Robbie.
Yeah, it's Robbie's birthday
Oh, I have it. I have another one.
on Tuesday. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Robbie Snyder.
Happy 26th birthday. Robbie
she's
is
only
a
26.
good friend of the pods. and all
Robbie,
of us.
happy birthday. You're only 26.
I know, right?
Jesus
lucky young
Christ,
fuck.
little Robbie.
And he's, just so busy with his new house soon to move into
Yeah.
over by the new Ram Stadium.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Robbie is
26
doing
with
big
a
things.
new house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's looking for roommates too.
Okay.
So he needs somewhere to live.
It's slide in there.
No, I'm good. He lives with his mom, so
Okay. Shout out to his mom.
She's
too.
great too.
Oh.
Yeah,
that little surfboard back there,
Yeah.
she
And
made
then-
it right.
she made me shit for my birthday. I was like, wow.
Yeah, you should move in there maybe.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Don't you have some Wisconsin trip coming up?
Yeah, next week.
Gosh,
What are we doing? Testing him as soon as he
Yeah.
gets back?
Good
quarantine.
testing.
Absolutely.
14 days.
I'm gonna take every
14 days
precaution
of testing.
flying. It's really not prevalent in Wisconsin.
He's like, he's gonna be caught at the strip club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see some weird wedding video of him sharing a bottle. I miss you.
Totally. Now he think he's very very minorly famous. He's gonna be
No, absolutely not.
running wild.
FaceTiming drama.
Yeah. Hey, look. See?
I give everybody your number.
Drama's the Trump for that crowd.
Yeah. Who else do we got?
We got Evan. I don't know if it's a bear or Hebert. It's a bear. I don't know. It looks like a bear. He's 22 years old. He's from St. John, New Brunswick. I'm not sure where that is, but is that in Jersey?
Don't look at me.
New Brunswick? Is that in,
New Brunswick sounds Jersey.
or is that out of the country?
Brunswick. No,
I feel like
it's
that's out of
here. Right?
Do a simple Google, Pete.
Yes.
Shout out, Evan. Just giving you a shout out.
That's all I
That's all
want.
I want.
It's in Canada.
Oh, it's
Canada.
fucking Canada.
Yeah.
You're
Canada.
Right.
So maybe a bear is right.
Canada.
Yeah, French.
Canada.
What's up with that little shooter, man? He's out of jail. We deported him yet?
Everyone
Oh,
in
did
that
you
song
see
is
the-
turning out to be a real problem.
Yeah.
You see Adam 22's theory on it? He came out with a little theory on the whole shooting incident between
What's the
Megan
theory?
Stein.
Spit it out.
I thought
That he was in fact showing more attention to Kylie, or Kylie was paying more attention to Tori, and she got mad.
Are they dating? Tory Lanez and Megan?
So apparently they are. I don't know if they're dating, but they're definitely clapping cheeks.
Wow.
well, they're obviously more than clapping cheeks.
cheeks.
If
Who told you that? Jack Carlo?
Yeah, what's Bob?
I have one shout out. Henry, Henri from Germany.
Wow.
nice spelling.
Henri.
Henri. This is actually from a while ago. I feel bad. I should have shouted him out a while ago.
Okay.
His business partner is named Leo. He'll be turning 18, which he said is like 21 in Germany. And now he can finally legally own and operate his own business. He and his business partner are fans of the pod. Sorry for not shouting you out earlier. Happy 18th birthday.
18? That's what you want to do?
18, your
Is start a
business
business? I want to
partner
get
just-
drunk
Fuck
and
that.
Actually, probably in
Jesus.
Germany you could drink at like 14.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
straight
they
out of
got
bed drinking.
Oktoberfest, you know.
Yeah.
I think you can drink at 16.
Enjoy a pint on the group chat, guys.
Have a pint.
Have a pint.
Nice.
And have a big pretzel.
Cool.
Great pretzels coming out of Germany.
Great pretzels.
Really?
Yeah.
All the people talk about it. All the
Great.
people say
Like,
it.
like
All
soft,
the
like
people
movie
say.
pretzels?
I mean, just the, yeah.
You know what? I want to add that
Oktoberfest,
to my list of what else I miss. Movie pretzels and nacho cheese.
You can get that at home.
You got what?
Where? Not like the movies.
You literally order Postmates every day, like 3 times.
But
a
a soft
week.
pretzel,
You can find that.
lightly
Yes. You can find that
salted.
just as good of quality.
Anytime I've flown through Germany, like in the airport, I've gotten a delicious pretzel.
Wow.
Okay. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later.
Big
Have
Twitch
a great
announcement.
week.
You're the
We're
Twitch.
on Twitch.
Yes, Thursday.
What's that mean?
We're going to go live on Twitch on Thursday.
Okay.
Going forward for Winners Losers content,
Are we starting a gaming thing?
a gaming thing. Well, we might go and me and you can game.
I'd like to be a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, we can
Seems like a
stream
good
together.
life,
Yeah.
you know?
Tim's in for it. Tim wants to.
Okay.
Tim
All
wants
right.
to see it happen.
That's it. So check us out on Twitch on Thursday.
On Thursday for Winners Losers content. Come
And
argue
you'll
with
post
us.
the thing, obviously.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. Hit us up on Instagram, Group Chat Pod, newsletter and articles on Melrose Street Journal, behind closed doors on Instagram TV, and now everywhere where Group Chat is,
Big numbers.
and YouTube. Big numbers. What, have you broken 1,000 yet?
No.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. Slow and steady.
Yeah.
It's a marathon. Okay, guys, see you later.